Good morning, friends. This is Jimmy Singh, broker, owner of Supermax Realty, 647-961-2639. Or you can reach me at my channel, Real Estate Edge with Jimmy Singh. So, friends, in the morning, I got a call from a young couple. They were meaning to buy a house in Milton. So, they placed offers on a couple of properties. They lost in bidding and then they fired their agent and then they changed the agent and now they're in the same kind of situation. And they said, Jimmy, what do you feel about today's crazy market bidding offers? And so I thought, it's a good topic to discuss to bring transparency for the general public so, nobody can take advantage of them. So guys, in this short video, I'm gonna discuss a couple of things. First, importance of pricing the property, properly. Everything should be transparent. Then I'm gonna talk about, bidding, which is legit legal bidding. And then, sometimes there's unethical fake bidding as well. And thirdly, I wanna, discuss a little bit more about buyer agency and, those kind of topics. So before I speak on these things, I want to share some stats. It might surprise a lot of audience as well. So first thing, guys, when you hire an agent to represent your best interest, let's say you hire a buyer agent to represent you, you don't have to get stuck with the agent for lengthy 6 months, 3 months agency relationship. Because when you meet, a real estate counsel says we have to sit with you and explain you the difference between a client and a customer. And as a consumer, when you meet a stranger, I certainly can understand, a lot of people are reluctant to sign a document which is binding on both of the parties. And if you don't know the behavior of the person or their work ethics. So as a buyer agent, guys, you can sign a buyer agency for 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. So that's purely your discretion. I have personally signed buyer agency with my clients, sometimes even for certain properties, because at the end of the day, this agreement is binding on agent as well as buyer to protect their best interests, right? So when people work with us, we make sure all the properties listed on MLS, private sales, expired listing which are off the market, brand new bills, power of sales, everything is shown to the buyer because we work with them. So typically the way it works is if a buyer suddenly calls random agents, say, do you have a property in this price range? Just email me, right? And they're not willing to meet, or maybe they're not ready to buy yet. I understand that because nobody wants to be harassed by the agent's call. And one thing I can tell about myself in last 15 years, I was never desperate and I was never pushy with anybody in my life. When people call me, with all due respect, I speak with them. If they want to meet me, that's fine. But I made a point, I will never harass people by calling them. And that is very, very important, right? So as I said, you do have choices. So if you are hiring an agent, you should ask them, what if I want to cancel it? If people hire us, I'll put a clause there saying, if you're not happy with the relationship, you can cancel the agency anytime without any obligation. I think that is fair. Consumer has the right to ask these tough questions, and agent should be more transparent. So before I go further, another stat I like to share is a realtor, there's a lot of over the years surveys done on this market, and they have found 70% won't of the buyers or the sellers or consumers won't use the same agent next time. And that survey has been done over the years, whether it's USA, America, or whether it's in Canada. It's pretty, those facts are really startling, because when I started my career many moons ago, I made a point, to take care of my clients and represent just like I would represent my parents, my sister, my brother, right? So let's talk about stats now, guys. So that will give you a realistic idea, how business, is conducting in our industry. So in 2019, as per Toronto Real Estate Board, there were 56,329 real estate agents in Greater Toronto area. And out of them, 20,550, which are roughly 36.48% of the total agents, they did zero, nada, no deal. And then next is 25,479 agents, which are roughly 45.23%. They did between 1 to 5 deals in 2019. And then the next bracket is 6,282 agents, which is approximately 11.10%. So those agents did between 6 to 10 deals. And then the next bracket is 2,758 agents, which is approximately 4.98% agents. They did between 11 to 20 deals in 2019. So if you see an agent promoting I'm top 5%, the real estate council says he has to, disclose what that actually means. Is it top 5% in Toronto Real Estate Board? Because if he's top 5%, it means he should be doing between 11 to 20 deals. And if he says, I'm top 5% in my own office XYZ, which has only 5 agents, then you can pretty much know, how we can do it. So I see a lot of, deceptive marketing. I'm very vocal about it. So if you follow my channel, the only reason I started this channel early this year, because, sometimes I shake my head with kind of practices agents do and false advertising. I'm against it. And I understand some people are driven by awards and recognition. I'm not one of those guys. I'm driven by happiness I see in front of my clients. The people I sold the houses 15 years ago, they still call me. They're some of my friends. And if, some situation happen in their family, they still seek my counsel, even though their family members have real estate license. And to win their trust, I have to work real hard and I have to prove my worth, right? And the other bracket, guys, is agents, 955 agents, which is approximately 1.69% agents. They do between 21 to 37 deals. And then the next category is 205 agents in GTA, which is approximately 0.36% agents who sell between 38 to 64 houses in a year, or do that kind of transaction. It can be residential, it can be commercial. And then 100 agents in Greater Toronto area with Toronto Real Estate Board, which is roughly 0.18% of the agents. They do 65 deals or greater. And guys, another trend you have to understand is in last couple of years, team concept have, grown. And at the end of the day, sometimes they say we sell 200 houses, 100 houses. So obviously they have to also disclose how many member of the teams. Is there like one person selling all the houses, or there are like 50 people working under one person? Because in a team, the team leader is the one who put all deals in his name or her name, right? Because all the 50, 60 people are selling houses, but they are on different commission packages. Maybe I'll make another video, to bring more transparency so for people who understand, how these things work. Because a lot of new agents also, are my, who know me or watch my show, they also ask these questions. So I want to make sure, these videos add value to people's life. So our industry, people trust real estate agents more. Another thing is, when you hire an agent, sit with him, ask questions and see whether he is transactional, or he is, he has your best interest, and he can see a long-term relationship, because that is very, very critical, right? Because at the end of the day, good agents care about their reputation. They stay away from trouble, and for them, ethically doing business is very, very critical. So I don't want to keep talking on one topic, so let's move on to bidding, or what we call phantom offers in this market, or preemptive, or offers, or in some situations fake offers. So friends, basically what happened is, a real estate council is very clear how an agent should be handling multiple offers. So number one thing is, when there's multitude of offers, he has to be clearly communicating with all the agents total number of offers, how is going to handle it, and if his seller is going to give the people time to revisit their offer. Second, the listing agent who represent the sellers, in case there is a multiple representation, meaning in the property, if he has his own buyer representation, that conflict of interest he has to disclose to all the other parties, all the other buyers, all the other real estate agents. Second, and if he is discounting his commission to make a deal, he is supposed to tell all the agents, other agents, buyer agents, so they can inform their buyers in case they want to improve the offers. So those things, guys, are very, very critical. Other thing, basically real estate counsel says a listing agent in multiple situation can only tell other people the total number of offers. He can't disclose the content of the offer, conditions of the offer. Those things are private, and obviously if seller and buyers agree in writing, then basically that information can be provided. So there is privacy concern, and the consent is required. And at the end of the day, I speak with a lot of good agents who are my friends, and there's a lot of unethical practices sometimes I see in the marketplace, and we have to be vocal. And a lot of people shy away about talking these things because this is a very uncomfortable talking. And at the end of the day, I strongly believe people have to be disciplined who are unethical and they don't treat consumer and customer rightly, right? And guys, again, let's focus on the main topic. So what happened is, let's say you are a seller, and you call the agent, say I want to sell my house, so how do I go about it? And these days, sometimes when I see on MLS certain things, I shake my head because the kind of advice they're getting from their own agents might not be helpful to them. So let's say, for example, recently I see a property on MLS. It was listed at $899. When I fully know that property is worth close to 1.2 million, 1.1 million. And then the second thing I saw in the same week, another property was listed at $350 when it was really worth close to $590 or $600 dollar. So when my clients call me and say, Jimmy, what do you feel? People text me all the time. They think it's a good deal. What's going on with the property? So when I take a look at the listing, I said, the way they are doing is they are doing a strategy, basically pricing way below the market value and let the prices catch up or grow, right? So it might be good in certain low range or a mid-tier markets where the prices are reasonable, but in sometime high-end market it can backfire, or in some situation where there's a condo building surplus supply, these things might not work, right? So what happened in these situations? They were holding offers following Sunday. So I told my clients, they are trying to create an artificial bidding war. And in today's market, you can easily price your house right. It's not a rocket science. You can legally price your house looking at the previous comparable. So let's say on your street, if a house is sold for 600, you can price easily, looking at the supply and demand, maybe 2%, 3% more legally, and give it like 2-3 weeks for a lot of foot traffic for the people to come, and then start taking offers. Because if you even price right from the go get, you will still get multiple offers because supply is very anemic. And these days I'm even seeing some builders holding offers. Couple of weeks ago I saw a builder in Woodstock. He was selling townhouses and he set up like 2-3 weeks down offer date, underpricing it, right? So even builders are utilizing it, but I want to make sure people know what they're doing. So what happened is, you can price right maybe 2-3% and still get, those kind of, value which you want. So in that situation, the $1.2 million, what I found out is when the offer date come, obviously seller have no intention of selling the house for $999. So it was just a gimmicky strategy which the agent recommended because he was looking more about 1.25, 1.2. So obviously it doesn't happen. And then what happened is he took the house off the market and suddenly after a day or two, he priced at 1.25, right? Guys, when seller, relists the house again, you have to understand, that seller actually is wasting his time. Why? because all the other agents have the access to the system where they can see the kind of drama going on. So they can see they tried the price this much, then they price it higher, and so what happened is I see then after a couple of weeks they cancel the listing, and then after a few weeks they hired another agent who is again offering different angle. So everybody has same way, different way of doing business. I do understand that, but be very, very careful of these gimmicks. So I basically strongly, tell my clients to avoid these things, because if it's not fairly priced, and then basically at the end of the day, I feel buyers, lot of people who overbid and overpay 100,000, 200,000, these kind of monies, they have what we call buyer's remorse. So what buyer's remorse means, basically, they are not happy. They start doubting their decisions, and it's always 50-50 these deals are closing, right? And recently, a couple of weeks ago, there was an article in one of the magazine which I subscribe, with agents, those things. So they were saying a lot of these, multiple cases are happening where next day the buyers or the buyer's agent is not coming up with the deposit check because they get cold feet. They feel they are taken advantage, and there's no going back on these things. So guys, be very, very careful if you're a seller. Sit with the agent, and then because sometimes what happens, the seller is going into multiple offers. He actually buy a substantial bigger property. If that person backs out, and the agents, 10-15 agents who lost at those multiple bidding offers, lot of them actually move on. They don't want to be that, because it leave a very bad taste on their mouth. So this is one thing which I want people to know how these things work. And as far as the sellers go, so what I tell them is, when they call me for a free market evaluation, let's say they call me for a condo valuation in Mississauga, downtown Toronto. So I sit with them, I check the comparable prices. And obviously, if your condo is in a desired neighborhood, it is very well kept, stage, or, looks turnkey, and there's not much there, or it's a boutique building where people love to live, it's okay to price a little bit higher and then wait for the offers to come. And if in a couple of weeks you don't get an offer, at least we tried. I like to try to get more money for my clients, and then obviously you can adjust a little bit to sell the property. But obviously, if it's in a building where there's already 50 units for sale, and it's like a cookie cutter unit, or rundown, maybe need some work, then obviously you have to price good from the go. So those things, guys, are very, very critical. And at the end of the day, you have to get an agent to give proper exposure to the property. And there's lots of good agents, and I strongly recommend, when you hire agent, interview a couple of agents to see how they handle these situations for your benefit. And in case you have a doubt that you have been taken advantage, so we have a council called Real Estate Council of Ontario. You can Google it, go to their website, and they'll be able to assist. So I personally believe we should bring more transparency, because I was watching a show a couple of years ago. They say in Australia, what they do is open transparent bidding. So let's say if I have a house on a street, obviously right now it's COVID, if it's not COVID, all the people on the offer date, they come on the street, and then people bid the price, right? So everybody standing on the street know how much, they are auctioning or they're bidding. And I think that's a really good idea. That's personally, I believe, because at the end of the day, lot of real estate boards are holding on to this data that consumers, shouldn't have what you call prices. But I think personally, I feel if people know, it will, the sold prices on the street or road, it will bring more transparency and consumer faith in real estate. And guys, if you are a new agent thinking of getting a real estate license and want a real estate brokerage or a broker who can take care, who can guide you and make sure you're successful and you do all the business ethically for the long term, give my team Supermax a call. I've been helping my clients, and I would love to help you. And my number is 647-961-2639. And if you like this, if you like me to talk about another topic, feel free to leave a comment at Real Estate Edge with Jimmy Singh. And if you're a first time viewer of my channel, smash the subscribe button. I post weekly videos on different topics that might be interest to the public. And thanks for watching, guys. Have a blessed day. God bless.